Alright guys, I got another video for you. This one I've been working on this weekend. It's called Barbarian Fight. I've got two barbarians here. They can both move. One moves player 1 keys, and player one has WASD, player 2 has the arrow keys. They can both attack. They have a strong attack and a quick attack. They can also sprint. They can jump. And I have a button for them to take damage. So they can sprint, turn it on and off, attack, jump. And I have a button for taking damage. And eventually they take enough damage they can die. Alright, so with this, the problem here with this one is you can see there's two collision shapes. If this collision shape collides with another one, they will both receive damage at the same time, even though the player's not actually even using an attack. Now, they don't take any actual damage, but they both play the hurt animation. They are taking damage even though they probably shouldn't be, because nobody's actually swinging to do an attack. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make it where the collision shape is only active or visible or active while he's doing his swing. So we only want the attacks to hurt somebody when the player is actually trying to do an attack. Alright, let's get started on this. I've got two barbarians here, Barbarian 1 and Barbarian 2. Under the characters tab, you'll see there's an experimental barbarian. Don't worry about that one, I was playing around with it. Okay, so let's go to the movement player. And if you'll take a look at, if you click on the attack zone, you will see that it says monitorable, and you can turn it on and off. Monitorable, what that is, or monitorable, if true, the other areas can detect this area, and then monitoring is, if true, the area detects bodies or areas entering and exiting it. So we're going to use this monitoring, and during an attack, we're going to want to turn it off during the actual attack phase, or turn it on during the attack phase, and turn it off afterwards. Okay, so let's do, whenever the attack needs to be off, well, we don't want it to be attacking during idle, so I'm going to turn the monitoring off during idle. Alright. I'm also going to turn it off during running. I'm going to turn it off during walking. Also during jumping, we want to turn that off. Idle's off. Hurt, yep, we also want that off. Die, yeah, we don't want that on during die. Attack 2 and attack 1. Okay, so this is where we're going to actually turn the monitoring on. Alright, so we don't want it to attack while he's rearing back. We want it to attack while he is actually swinging his blade. So I'm going to say it's going to be off all the way up to this point. So right there, I'm going to say, let's do off at the start, off all the way to here, off at the very end, but we want it to turn on right at the start of the swing. So right there, I'm going to turn it on. Okay, so the monitoring is going to be off from here all the way till this point, and then after the swing is done, it'll turn back off again. Okay, so the attack should only be on during that time right there. Alright, let's go to attack number 2 and do the same thing. So we got the rear back. We want this part to be off, so I'm going to the attack zone. I'm going to turn the monitoring off at the very end, and then during the swing that's when I want it to be on. Somewhere right there. Let's turn it on right there. Alright, so it's only going to be on during the actual swinging part of this. Alright, we're going to also need to do this exact same thing with the other barbarian. So I'm going to go to the other barbarian. I'll go to his movement. And again, I'm going to start with all the offs first. We want it off normally. So I'll go to the attack zone. We want it off on this one. We want it off on running. We want it off on jumping. We could probably also do the reset for off. Yeah, it's already on there. Idle, off. Hurt, off. Die, off. Attack 1. Okay, so we want it off at the beginning, off at the end, but we want it on during that slash part. So right, somewhere right there. So I'll turn it on right there. Alright, let's go to attack number 1. Off at the start, off at the end, and on only during the slash. So like right there. Let me double check my other guys. So I'll go to him and I'm going to check his again. Movement. Yep, right there. I'm going to move this one over one. Okay. Alright, let's give this a shot and see if that actually fixed it for us. So I can walk over into the character. And now they do not take damage when they just walk into each other because there's no attacks happening. Alright, so let's do this. Let's swing at him. Boom! Hit him. Let's try this other guy. Pow! This one. Take that, sucker. Slice him up. Oh, does it keep playing that animation? That's funny. I'll have to turn off like the animations when he's dead. You can just keep beating a dead man. Okay, alright, so that's it for this video. At the top, if you want to, you can turn off these visible collision shapes. If you just go up here to debug, turn off visible collision shapes, and you can play it again. And now your game has no collision shapes, and you can battle. I didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time doing this, so I kind of got it rudimentary working. If you wanted to add some extra stuff, you certainly could. But anyway, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys learned something about attack monitoring, and I'll see you guys in the next one.